for something to be run of the mill. So run of the mill is like standard or ordinary, right? So for example, I might say my cell phone's just a standard run of the mill cell phone, nothing special about it. Hold on. Let me fix my hair for this post. All right, we ready? To see through someone. So this is a phrase that we use to talk about seeing somebody for who they really are, right? So we'll use it to be like, I can see through this person. I know their real intentions. I see right through him. Like Bob always tries to act like he's really my best friend, but I see right through him. He just wants to hang out with me because he wants to play my guitar. He's using me for my guitar. I see right through him. So we use this a lot to talk about being able to have good intuition on somebody, being able to understand what their real intentions are, to see through that person. To get the skinny on something. So to get the skinny on something is like to get some sort of special information on something. Maybe it's like, if you say, I want to get the scoop on this, kind of the same idea. The skinny is like the exclusive information, the tiny piece of important information. So, for example, I might say, I'll try and get the skinny on that and I'll let you know what's going on, right? If something happened, maybe there's a road blocked off and you're driving down the road and you ask me, hey, why is this road blocked off? I might say, I don't know. I'll look on my phone and try and get the skinny for you. It's like, try and get the information for you. Skinny, the word skinny is like thin, not very thick, thin. All right, so this phrasal verb is to wear off. And we use it when something no longer has its potency, right? So for example, if you have to have some dental work done and you get put under, like you get anesthesia, and they basically knock you out so they can operate on you and you don't feel the pain. After you regain consciousness, that drug, the anesthetic, it takes a while for it to wear off. It takes a while for the effects of it to no longer have an effect. So it loses its potency. It's wearing off. It's a phrasal verb we use for something to wear off. So we have this phrase, to jump through some hoops. And basically what this means is in order to achieve a goal, you have to go through some obstacles, some inconveniences, right? So you don't go directly to your goal. You have to jump through some hoops in order to achieve this goal or achieve what you want. So for example, if say you want to go to a concert, but the tickets are sold out, and you can get tickets, but it's not going to be so easy. You have to jump through some hoops. Maybe you have to make some phone calls or get a hold of some friends or use some connections that you have in order to get those tickets. So you're jumping through some hoops. There's no place like home. So this is an expression, I don't know if it's an expression, but it's a phrase we use to say like our home is the most comforting place. Usually if you're out on a trip and then you get back home and that you have that really nice feeling inside of you, you say, there's no place like home. Meaning that nothing compares to being at home. Even all the great places in the world you've probably been to, there's just no place like home. There's nothing comparable to the feeling that one gets when he or she is inside their home. To knock something out. So this phrase you're probably familiar with in terms of like boxing or somebody losing consciousness, right? You say that person got knocked out, and that means that you don't have any sort of consciousness, right? You have blacked out or whatever. But we also use it to talk about doing something really fast. So for example, I could say, I'm gonna knock out these dishes real quick so that I can go outside and enjoy the rest of the day. Or maybe at work, you might hear somebody say, I'm gonna knock out these phone calls real quick and then we can have our meeting. So to knock something out is also to do something very fast. We could also say to bust it out, like I'm gonna bust out these dishes, I'm gonna bust out these phone calls. Just means you're doing it really fast. So there's this phrase that we use where we say, I'm going to get on it, or I better get on that. And when we say this, we mean like I better actively engage in completing that activity. Like I better get to it. I better get started with something, right? So for example, if you tell me that I have to finish a project and that it's due Friday at 8 o'clock and it's Thursday night, I might say, oh shoot, I better get on that. It's like, I better tackle this project. I better start doing it right away. I've got to get on that, right? Does that make sense? We all understand what that means to get on something in terms of actively completing it. I'm not feeling so hot. So this is a phrase that we use when we want to talk about not feeling very well, usually related to our health, right? So maybe you have a little fever, maybe you have a slight cough or a cold, or maybe you ate something that didn't sit well with you and now you have an upset stomach. So you might say, oh, I'm not feeling so hot. For example, you might say, God, I'm not feeling so hot after eating that leftover meat that was sitting in my refrigerator for 2 weeks. That was a bad idea. Definitely not feeling so hot after that. And it's important to note that the contrary really doesn't have the opposite meaning. Like if you say, I am feeling hot, that wouldn't be interpreted or understood as you're feeling good healthy-wise. That would sound kind of like you're saying you feel really good looking or you feel beautiful or sexy. For an idea to pick up steam, so this is a phrase that we use when we talk about an idea becoming popular or for something to become popular. So those memes I was showing you, they picked up a lot of steam.